We got another penny box. Let's see what we can find. I don't see any enders, but we'll get right into this. Alright guys, we're about 7 rolls in, and I got 3 wheat pennies, a 1944, and I thought this was a D, but it looks like an S. It is in fact an S. Okay, cool. And then also a 1952 Denver, and a 1952 Denver, and they're in pretty good condition. Not bad, not bad. Alright, I will turn you guys back on in a few. Alright guys, I'm a little bit more than halfway done the box, and I got 2 more. 1944 Philadelphia, and a 1951 Denver. Excuse me. So, 5 for the box so far. Alright guys, we're about almost 3/4 of the way done the box, and you can see my piles here getting bigger. I don't want to show you too much and ruin it for the end. I think we stopped at 51 Denver last time, so I got a 1955 Denver this time. A lot of Denvers. Alright, I'll be back. Hopefully there's some more in these last couple rolls. Looks like got some oldies in there. Alright guys and girls, we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Couple more rolls left. We do have 2 new candidates to the squad, and that is a 1941 Philly and a 1955 Philly. So 8 total so far, and we'll see what the last 5 rolls have for us. I'll be back with the wrap up in a few. Alright guys, 2 rolls left, and I was going to go to the end, but, well, I got another one. Well, I got 2 more. But I want to show you this one. This one I stopped for. 1924 Philadelphia. And I looked at my sheet, and this is not anything I have written down, so it's at least above 10 million, but I'll come back with the exact mintage on the wrap up, but it's more than 10 million, I know that. Now 1924 D and S I have written down somewhere around here. 1924 D is 2.5 million, which is extremely low, probably second to lowest next to the 1914 D, which is 1.1 million, and the S would be 11.6. So I actually have some that are over 10 million, so I don't know, this might be a really high mint, I'm not really sure. But if it was a D, that would have been a key date without a doubt. But it's not. It's a 1924p, still really low, and one of my lowest ones yet. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute. Hopefully we got something else in these next 2 rolls. Alright guys, I am back, and here is the wrap up. We have the 1980s, and then the 1970s. Decent amount. The 1960s and 59, which I will go through with the Jewelers loop. Actually got a decent amount of them. 2017 Ps, and I'm hoping this is the last little bunch that will... Oh, I redid the wall too. The wall's newly reconstructed. But a box down there that says 2017P. Once that's full, I'm no longer collecting the 2017 Ps, because if they're not brand new in a roll, which I have boxes of, I really don't see them being worth anything ever in my lifetime, at least, nor much longer after my lifetime. So I just think it's a waste to collect them, and it's a waste of my time, and it's a waste of storage. And so after that box is filled, I'm done with them. Unless I get a brand new box, then obviously I'll keep them. These are the 2009s. And the obverses aren't all that great, but there's some nice looking reverses on here. Pretty clean. Pretty clean. And then we have the two Woodies, which I usually have to pick up for you guys to see. Yeah, you can see the wood grain there. Pretty nice wood grain, and that's on an 81 Denver. And this was in one of the last rolls. This is a 78. The camera doesn't show it all that great, but in person it's pretty dominant. You can see it very well. For Canadians, I have a 75, 77, 82, 89, a 2000, and a 2001. Nothing that old. For the 1970s, these are not separated from large date to small date. They're just laid out here still, and I'll go over all these with the jeweler's loop. So a decent amount of them. And for 1960s, this is actually more than normal. But we have a couple 1960s, and they're in decent condition too. Nothing too horrible. A lot of Denvers again. There was a lot of Denvers in this whole box. And for S Mint marks, there is a 19, don't want to come in, 69 maybe? What's going on here, camera? Yeah, it's a 1969. Huh. There we go. 1969. And a 1973 S. Both S Mint marks. There's an S. There's an S. What else we got? The 1983s, which I'll weigh for the error planchet, and if a 1983 weighs 3.1 grams, that is a copper planchet, and it's supposed to weigh 2.5 grams, which is the zinc planchet, which just means that a copper planchet got struck by a 1983 date coin, and that is an error, and it's a very expensive error. So I hope to find that. Hasn't happened yet. And for overall, we have the 1944 S wheat penny, the 1952 Denver, another 1952 Denver, a 1944 Philly, a 1951 Denver, a 1955 Denver, a 41 Philly, a 55 Philly, a 41 Philly, and a 24 Philly. And for the 1924, the Philadelphia Mint mark is 75.1 million. So it's not the lowest by any means, but it is definitely not the highest. It's actually lower compared to most of them, but it's not a key date. So I'll probably just throw it in the box with the rest of them. I pretty much only keep the key dates or anything below 10 million. I'll put it in a flip or something and put it aside. But if it were a Denver, it would have minted 2.5 million, the 1924 Denver. So that would have been a major key date. I believe the second lowest, the first lowest being the 1914 Denver, and that's like 1.1 million. And if it were a San Francisco, it would have been 11.6 million. So also another, I believe it would have been a key date. 11.6 is pretty low. And that's pretty much it. I got this 72, and it was just off center, as you can see there. So I put it aside. And then this one was really, really heavily corroded. The whole entire obverse of the rim is pretty much missing there. And this just could have been due to just something from the mint. It had real bad gases and bubbles and metal mixing, which forms them gases and bubbles, and it forms the blisters and all that. Or somebody could have just dropped it in acid. Maybe it was a mixture. That's definitely going back. But yep, that is it. A pretty good box. And all of them coins, as you can see, here's my trash. Let's see if I can get this sucker out. They will all be going in here. And this is just to help me keep everything organized and labeled. I got my tone, which I didn't get any tone coins this roll or box, which I'm surprised about. But BU, S-Mint Mark, 70s, 60s. I need to take this 16 out. I don't know why I have that. But my 2009s, Indians, all centers, Cubs, Airs, and then the Woodies. And these are all the filled tubes that I have of them coins. Alright, let me flip you around here. Alright guys and girls, there's another penny box. It ended up being a pretty good box. I was happy with it. Not much to say, just the usual gibberish. Please like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.